600. 600. Talk to me, Nas. You, okay, no, how do I say it? Hi, my name is Lesego Ramaila. I've got 600 subscribers. What's your name? A little yo. I no. Okay, no, let me start. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Did somebody say 600 subscribers? Me! You guys are amazing. If you're new to this channel, my name is Lesego Ramaila, and on this channel it's all about learning, growth, and contribution. 600! I'm so excited. I'm happy. I am humbled at the fact that you guys are enjoying the content, and I need to give appreciation to accounting students, APC students, because this channel was not supposed to be that direction, right? I think for myself, I'd like to think that I wanted to do other things for this channel and like do what everybody on YouTube is doing, do beauty, do hair, do all of those things. And then I realized, man, like there's already so much of that, and who am I outside my looks, outside my beauty, my hair, all of that stuff is brains. It's brains. So I was like, okay, let me change my angle, and you guys have been well receiving, and I'm glad that you guys got me to 600, and it's at the foundation of students and APC candidates, and I appreciate you guys. And so just to show you my appreciation, I know I studied through UNISA when I was doing my second attempt at CTA, and when I used to scroll through the Facebook group, there was like a lot of people that were struggling with books and standards because of humble beginnings, or maybe financially struggling. And knowing that our economy is going to crap right now, petrol, load shedding, interest rates, guys, I feel like every day I wake up and my bond payment is changing. I wake up, petrol is changing. I wake up, no mutlakas. Like this South Africa is not it, but it is what it is, right? So I thought I should just do my first giveaway in honor of the students. Some of these books are quite, when I say, not the word is not old, these books are quite matured, but they've carried me, right? And I think I'm one of those people that I really have a problem with letting go. And I think for the most part, for me to welcome a new phase in my life of becoming a CA, I need to let go of the things that also were a part of my journey, but could also be a part of somebody else's journey who is in a less fortunate position than I am in, right? And like I've said, finances are tough. So with my first giveaway is my Conceptual Framework. Let's talk about how I've barely used this book. Like, this book is still new. I don't even think I've used it, to be honest, right? And I feel like we bought this book because the Conceptual Framework, as we know, changed, and they told us that the angle of the economy with Bitcoin, with fintech, with all these new types of assets and interesting creative accounting, they are definitely going to reassess what we define as an asset, as a liability, as an expense, as an income, as equity. And so the Conceptual Framework is the foundation of where our accounting stems from. So this right here changed because they took into consideration the definitions were a bit rigid in the initial Conceptual Framework, and they did a whole book, all of here, right? So I bought this book out of fear because I didn't want to lose out, and I thought to myself, you know what, it is what it is. Things are changing. There might be a question there that's going to dribble me, and the thing is, I don't know if it's an asset or not. Is it an asset or is it an expense, right? So my Conceptual Framework is still fairly new. I've used the word used is actually funny to me, but I highlighted quite a few books, so just know that it's because it's second hand. There is a few highlighted points, but if you want to make it your own, if you really need a Conceptual Framework, this could be yours. The second book that I am giving away is my tax legislation. Let's talk about this for me and what it did for me. So I am not a tax expert. I do not like tax, contrary to popular belief, because everybody enjoys tax. But for me, I grew up in a township, guys. What is tax? Like, the only tax we know is black tax. So I didn't understand tax. from anything, you know, and I didn't enjoy it. And when I didn't pass my first attempt, I was quite broken because a lot of the subjects that I didn't pass were the ones that I really was not interested in. So if you don't have an interest in any of the subjects, be careful, right? Because you can't pull through for yourself in those moments. So I couldn't pull through when I was writing my tax paper, and it dribbled me. And so I had to come back. And you know, tax legislation changes all the time. So I bought 2018, 2019, as you can see this version, and it's full of flags. Like, this book is the reason why tax is my highest mark for my second attempt at CTA, because of the fact that the lecturer at CA campus kind of brought alive tax for me. And so I kind of enjoyed what was going on in here. These rules made sense to me. I'm now working. I'm now a homeowner. I'm now a parent. So tax implications now make sense to me and they come alive. So this book comes alive. And if you are wanting to be a recipient, here we go. We've got the 2018-2019. Obviously, I think it would have changed, but certain sections in the Tax Act haven't actually changed. So it's still useful for you. It's not too far back. We are in 2022. So 2018-2019 is still not a bad book. The other books that I'm going to go through, I'm going through my learning process, right? So 2018, then 2019. Let me take it a step further. Then I've got 2017. 2017, my first one is literally the CPC. This one, I don't know how useful it is for people, but if you're somebody that is interested, the CPC definitely changed. This book was very difficult for me to use even when I was writing APC because of how much it has changed. But I feel like the core values have not necessarily changed, but how they think about accountants in public practice versus those in private practice, they've kind of made it more readable in the new version, because this was very hard to use, I won't lie. And this was another reason why my first attempt was tricky, guys. My first attempt at CTA was 2017, hence the 2017 version. But if you really need something, a book that's going to get you by and you can't afford a new one, this could be yours. The other book is my legislation. This is Companies Act. Nothing has changed in Companies Act. Correct me if I'm wrong. What kind of CA would I be if I'm giving you guys wrong facts? But we live and learn. So this is my Companies Act. Also a lot of flags. This right here is a subject that I really enjoyed when I was in my undergrad and when I was doing my first attempt at CTA. I feel like Companies Act is something that you can relate to, especially if you're a future business owner, I'm going to be a leader in business, you know. And so for me, this came alive to me in my CTA year. And it's just unfortunate that subjects like tax threw me off and all of that, because I really feel like I aced this part. And if you wanted to ace your exams for you, it comes with Lesego knowledge inside. It is rejuvenated, you know. There is success behind this book. So if you want this book, stay tuned. Of that version as well is we have ISIS. Now, ISIS auditing, right? And I think for the most part, this right here has a backstory for me. In 2017, when I did my first attempt, when we wrote our first auditing paper, I kid you not, there was like almost 90 of us in the classroom, right? And most of them were seconded from different universities. I don't know, that year Monash had a lot of outside students, but we were all part of Monash right now, right? We wrote our first auditing paper and I got my exam back and I got 53%. And I was so broken. I was extremely broken because I really enjoy auditing. I love auditing. And for me to see that mark, I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, what a failure. Girl, who are you? Whomst are you? Whose body are you in? And then they gave everybody their results, and then they were doing a debrief of all the results. And they said the highest mark for auditing was 53%. And I kid you not, this is the book that got me through, because this is when I understood the value of application, right? And I was a bit confused because I was like, how? And I actually used this book when I was writing that test, because for the first time, when you get those first CTA papers, you're like, what are you asking? Like, what are you saying? You know? And I didn't know what they were asking me. So I finally decided to open this book and I was applying it and I was like, maybe this could be right. Maybe this would be relevant. And it worked. So these ISs, honestly, they have sentimental value. The fact that they're up for grabs. Hey, now I'm coming to Jesus for real. Then the last book to the set is definitely King 4. There have been talks that King 5 is brewing, so I'm not sure when that's going to be enacted, but it will be pretty much soon. With ESG being a thing, you'll start realizing they're going to have like some governance more than social, but it will be like one that focuses on specifically ESG. So for now, it's still relevant. No stories here. It worked, guys. I'm here. I'm at the end of the journey, so it's not that it doesn't work. It works. The flags are they're a bit tricky because like some of them are bent in, but you can remove those. The content is what matters. That's 2017. Now, taking it back to my first video on the APC series, I started talking about I was having green books. The colors have changed now. I don't even know what color they are, but this is the original. So I wanted to actually frame my accounting books, but my husband is against that idea. And I was ready to like create some sort of cabinet display so that I can talk about my history. But clearly that's not going to be the case. So this is the baby. This is IAS. Listen, guys, I don't know. Is it weird that I have a favorite standard? Hey, that's when you know you're a nerd, eh? But these are my IASs. The flags are still perfect. This is from 2015, guys. And this is how I take care of my books, because I just have sentimental value with my accounting books, because I'm such a tangible kind of person. So I took care of my books. I didn't want anything to do with this book. Like, I think for me, I finally understood the value of this book properly when I wrote APC, and I went back to the books, and I know everything because you're working, everything is digital. You could just click a button and then you're there where the standard is available. But there's just something about holding a book and like I don't know if you know that meme where the Chinese boy is like studying and he's like, that is me. So my IASs, these are amazing, but somebody's more deserving of them, so I'm willing to compromise. The other book that goes with it is obviously the IFRS. Like, hey, IFRS, yes, this is core accounting, guys. This one is not my fave because IFRS 15 is here, IFRS 16 is here, IFRS, you can see how I love books by virtue of the flags. The flags are there, they're intact, but they're not as perfect as my IAS. So this is also, I feel like, something that somebody's more deserving of all the things that have changed. This does have IFRS 16, this does have IFRS 15, so it's still useful. In terms of like new standards that are out, I'm trying to think of any at the top of my head. I know with IFRS 16 you had that concession that was happening, but that was more for COVID-19 implications, but nothing else that's drastic has changed. I still have my IFRS 9 in here. All your normal basic standards that you're going to use are in here. Okay, last but not least is my B appendix. Now this B appendix is the one that goes with the IFRS. I'm not sure where my B appendix is for the IASs, to be honest. I don't even think I've seen it for the past couple of years. But this one is still alive. This one is still thriving. This one also has a backstory because when you wrote APC, for the first time, I actually applied the examples to the scenario. That's when I realized, no, man, when I girl, you've made it. It took a whole, I don't know how many years for you to get it, but you get it. You get it now, you know? And so this is still, some of these examples you'll see have been highlighted, some haven't been highlighted. That's because I barely use this in my undergrad, as well as ITC, as well as CTA. I wish I would have used it more because most of the practical application comes from these examples, and you'll start realizing the more you familiarize yourself with your massive books and your illustrative examples, that's when stuff starts making sense in a practical way. So yeah, those are my prides and joys that are up for a giveaway, and I'm going to gift it to 2 of my subscribers. All you have to do is comment down below, tell me why do you want to become a chartered accountant, what it means to you, what do you expect to do with the designation. Share any of my videos that I've previously had, whether it is the BSc accounting or any of the APC series videos on your socials. Tag me and I'll have a winner at the end of all of this, right? I'm going to have this competition open for a week. I think that's enough for my next video to announce the winner. So if you can just share any of my videos, let me know where you want to become a CA. One more other thing is that just let me know, these two winners would have to obviously take these books as a set. As you know, there's a 2018 set, the 2017 set, and the 2016 set. So once I've decided who the winners are, I'll get into contact with you and then we can decide which books you are keen on. Especially for my UNISA alumni, this one has you at the core of the giveaway, because I literally could not help but think in my position, how can I help the next person outside than just speaking, but giving them the knowledge that has allowed me to be able to impart knowledge and speak the way I speak. But otherwise, thank you so much guys for supporting me on my YouTube journey. Once we get to 1,000, this giveaway is not going to be limited to books, because chatat. I'm so finished. But yeah, I hope I can get to 1,000 soon and give an amazing giveaway that can also expand my reach and not necessarily just focus on students, but another transitional aspect of my life. For somebody like me, I believe in prayer. I don't believe in giving prophecy before it comes into manifestation, you know. So for me, I am trusting and believing that what is next is going to be amazing. I will not announce it prematurely. But yeah, I hope you can grow with me, and thank you so much for allowing me to grow on this platform and to grow with me. Don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and to subscribe to this video, and we'll see next week who is the winner. Bye guys.